Alright, this is the EcoTech model 2120A universal automatic ID grinder.
And moving around it, we'll come back to the main controls later, but basically you got a hand wheel for the front main slide, feed box up through here, controls are down low for reciprocation, these three. So we can come back to a more specific explanation. DC driven headstock right here with the new wall system. That was an upgrade. Machine did not come with that. It's nice to have. We do have a good sign bar on here, of course. All works. Adjustable head, again. Triangle. Control panel coming up here, running at 220 volts. There's the drive for the work head. Spindle drive. And off to the left here, if you want to pan over, we got an extra spindle motor, and a coolant system with documentation and some other odds and ends, tooling and wrenches. Coming around, of course I just laid that in there. There's just a water line coming through here. Watch it, we got some hot wires down here, but again, you got the acorn nuts for swiveling the head if need be, right up down through here. If you go down low with the water pump, which is not plugged in momentarily, a little gusher pump. Hydraulic dresser that goes up and down in dressing mode if I remember to do that when we're up front. That works. Coming across backside of the wheel head, hydraulics for the feed, down low there. 3 lines coming in, and below that, of course, the hydraulic motor when you get over there. And on the floor, actually, you got 4 leveling pads, yep. And this is somewhat significant because a lot of machines don't have this. I got this loose, but it's called a jump-in dog bar, where you can jump in, do the grind, and then jump out 30 or 40 thousand, so you don't have to go both passes on the part. You can go one way, move out, kind of like a box cut, and maybe I can show this with the control when we fire up. That said, another upgrade, they brought the control around for the frequency drive, which is nice. I've got it currently set at 30 hertz, which is half speed of 60 hertz, so we can fire that up right away. We'll fire up hydraulics. And these are just the controls for the work head right here. Variable speed on the pot. This is the control for the wheel head right here. And lowered control for whether you're ID grinding or dressing. Like I said, if I remember, we could switch that over and it goes into dress mode. Up here is the feed box, coarse feed off the screw, fine feed, and you'll see on the digital, these goes to 100,000, and for just 5 places after the decimal, and that's what this guy here is going to be doing. So we'll fire it up, play with the motors, shut down the motors, and then play with reciprocation a little bit, and maybe show some feed on here too. So hydraulics on, and main dial, these dials, this dial here is just to set flow control for reciprocation, and the other one's flow control for dress speed. It's just the speed of the table, that's all. And this is on off for table, but let's hold off a second. Let me start this motor first. I don't know if you can get up here. I'm going to power this guy up right here, so. And let me get up to the side here. It's at 30 hertz. We can bring it up a little bit higher. That's all I'm doing is pressing the control right here. You'll hear it ramp up maybe. That's 45 hertz, well 2/3 there. Let me go back down a little bit. Get back down to 30 or whatever, that sounds good. That's 29, half speed. And that off. Now we fire up the DC drive, standalone. And that works off this pot right here, so I'm moving pretty fast there, but you can dial it down just about infinite. And it gets up pretty fast actually, so About half speed there. Not many people grinding much faster than that, I don't think, with work loading, but that's that. We'll shut that off. And that all shuts off the rear switching dogs. On an auto cycle, it'll shut off when the slide comes all the way back, but we're just going through the basic functions here. So right now, I can turn on reciprocation. This one does have a dead stop up here. I don't know if you can see any of this, Pete, but it does have a dead stop with a micrometer dial down here for the dead stop pin, which is nice for our shoulder grinding and stuff. So that runs the pin in and out. That's all set up there. Oh yeah, we got jog down here. See, I didn't even try it. See, it works, yeah? There we go. It says jog. And that said, we can reciprocate hydraulically. I got two sets of dogs down here. I don't know if you give me these dogs, but back here would be for the dressing cycle between these two dogs, I think. And these two are for the actual grinding cycle. I forgot what this one's doing. I didn't really take it that far. And then the main stop dog, this heavy one right up here, which hits the solid stop. So now we're reciprocating, and if I turn on feed, I think, we're at zeroed out up there, and this box here turns on feed, I believe. That's this guide right here, which adjusts the feed for short or long stroke. And as you can see, we're moving about a half a tenth maybe, 3, 4 tenths, 6 tenths, 8 tenths, 2 thousandths. Yeah, we're rolling here, we're moving fast. So 7 tenths, 8, 3 thousandths. So that just keeps moving right along on this fine feed. If I shut that off, this turns it off way down here. We shut off the feed, which is just a hydraulic piston. This is the coarse feed off the screw for dressing. I won't get involved too much other than you'll see the clock and you'll see me moving it. But this, I can move this a couple inches either way. And back to 0. And back to feeding. Let's see if we pick it up. There's 5 100,000ths. There's 1/10. Another 5, 2/10. Those things moving really slow. See, it takes a while to get to 1,000. So we got it really fine. Anyhow, that's on that one. Now to get it on the jump speed, I'm just going to slide that dog over and get this about the center here. And this is jump in and jump out process. I'm just going to bring this dog, and you'll see it change whenever we catch the switch down here. Watch this. So he slows down, speeds up, slows down, speeds up. And what that's doing is jumping this full head about 40 thousandths without. We're not even feeding right now. Let me zero it. You go down to 0. There's 0 to 36,000. So we're just jumping in and out 36 thousandths for the jump in, which is kind of a nice feature. And then we can start feeding on top of that. So if I just call for feed now, the same feed rate we were feeding before, it'll start detracting off that 36. 36, 3, 6, 7 tenths, 1,000, 1 and 5 tenths. So that 0 is climbing up now. We're almost at 2,000. There's 2 thousandths right there. We're really moving faster. 2.8, 3. That's the jump in and jump out action, just for if you don't want to go on your part twice in the same direction, go in both directions and lay on the part, you can get off the part and only grind one way. And if I shut all the feeds off and shut the table off, then we go to dress. I forget about that. I did tell you I'd forget that, didn't I? So if we put this up, go to dress, and now I'm in between the two dogs for dress, and there's the switch. We go from ID to dress. Now the hydraulics kick in. Now you see the whole thing just changed its aspect. Now we're moving at dress speed now, which is right there. I almost forget it. So no feed, nothing going on, just traversing real slow, and you can, there's different ways of dressing. They have a shoulder, they backed off of this one, but you can kiss this thing right here and move in off the main screw a little bit at a time. Then when you're done, just a matter of picking up the handle and letting it go to the next set of dogs over here, which is back for the part. Now we're back in there and we're moving again, see? And if you notice, if you stay right there, I think the hydraulics go up and down hydraulically when I flip it over. Unless I have to get on the dog. That's that there. It comes down, but I'm probably not doing it right.
We saw it.
Yeah, did it come down before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it went up.
And maybe it's because I'm on this dog here, so. If it went down, yeah, I know it did before. So it's just a matter of getting all this right, so. Anyhow, that's pretty much, we're back to normal recip, and if we shut this off, and that's pretty much it on the controls. That's everything.
That's great.
So, yeah.
All right, it's a wrap.
It all pretty much works okay here on this thing.